India's financial capital has a unique problem. It's related to a bridge. It's called the Gokhale Flyover. It was demolished in 2022. It was being reconstructed. Once done, it would be linked to another flyover, but there's a slight hiccup, a tiny miscalculation. The two bridges do not link. Do you know why? Because there's a vertical gap of almost 6 feet between them. How did that happen? Can Mumbai bridge this gap? Are there more such architectural goof-ups in the world? Our next report tells you.
In 2018, tragedy struck Mumbai's Gokhale flyover. A portion of it collapsed. 2 people were killed. It was in a dangerous condition. So, in 2022, it was demolished. The idea was to reconstruct it. The bridge was also linked to the Barfiwala flyover. So the idea was to build the Gokhale Bridge again. And once done, it would have connected with the Barfiwala flyover. Sounds simple enough. No architectural marvel there. Just 2 bridges that needed to be connected. But the reality was quite different. Gokhale flyover was built. It was, in fact, reopened this week. But a problem soon emerged. It wasn't connected to the Barfiwala flyover. There is a 6-foot vertical gap between the 2 bridges. So, unless you are proficient in the long jump, you won't be able to make it from one bridge to another. It's left engineers and citizens with their heads scratching. The government says it's because of a railway policy. The flyover was being built over railway tracks, so it had to be built higher. But that doesn't solve the problem. How does one bridge this gap? A solution is yet to be found. Civic bodies are trading blame, and residents remain inconvenienced. At the heart, it's an architectural mistake. But it's far from being an isolated case. There have been many such mistakes in the world. Take the Tacoma Narrows Bridge in Washington. It opened in 1940. It was once the world's 3rd longest suspension bridge, but there was one big problem. The 200-meter-long bridge oscillated when it was too windy. It closed 4 months later after a big collapse. Then there's this high-rise apartment building in Spain. It has 47 floors. At one point, it was the highest apartment building in Europe. But if you wanted to reach the top floor, you had to get ready for the hike. Because until some time ago, the apartment did not have an elevator above 27 floors. So there was no way to get to the top floors without walking. And of course, there's the Leaning Tower of Pisa. It's among the wonders of the world. But the tower wasn't built to lean. The area it is built on is made of clay. But the cathedral's architects did not seem to care. They made the tower with foundations only 3 meters deep on marshy land. So, with the uneven foundation and the soft soil, the tower started to lean. To compensate, engineers tried to tilt it in the opposite direction, but nothing worked. The tower is still leaning, and it is still standing even after 7 centuries. Looks like architectural goof-ups are not a phenomenon of this century. India's financial capital may be struggling with its new bridge, but if it takes a cue from history, it will know that it is not always easy to bridge the gap between the blueprint and reality.